Hello everyone, and welcome to another game that I'm going to try out here. I'm actually going to try playing some Gemcraft Chapter 0, Gem of Eternity. It's a sequel to the original Gemcraft. In my opinion, it's better in pretty much every way than the original Gemcraft, and I've killed probably hundreds of hours on this game, which is a lot considering how simple it is. I haven't played this game for a while, so I'm just getting started back into it. That said, I do still remember most of everything that I know about the game, so I should be able to do pretty well at it. It is a tower defense game. However, it's not like most tower defense games. This one has a storyline, multiple levels. You level up as you play the game and get to buy new skills and new abilities, which, I mean, that's not much different from a normal tower defense, but this one, you only have to survive a certain number of waves per map in order to get through. Now, there is a traditional tower defense mode called Endurance Mode, where the game just continually throws enemies at you until you lose. But that comes a little bit later. For right now, let's go ahead and get started with a new game. And this game is free to play on Armor Games, so if you guys want to check it out, I'm not going to go through reading out the entire storyline for you. Suffice it to say, there's a wizard who's been studying magic. He learns about the Gem of Eternity, which gives you unlimited power, eternal life, the whole 9 yards, all that good stuff. So he set out to find it. That's the gist of the storyline. So, right now we only have one map available to us. The entire idea behind this game is that you use your magic skills to summon up and place gems in order to fight off ever-increasing waves of enemies that are coming after you. There are 8 total types of gems, but each map is limited on the types of gems that you can use. Very few maps allow you to use all 8 colors without some sort of trickery. This one here, the first one, only allows you to use 3 different colors by default: yellow, orange, and red. Now, there are ways to get other colors worth of gems, most of them having to do with skills that you can buy later in the game, but some levels, including this one, will give you gems outside the normal color range just for free. So let's go ahead and get started with level 1. Now, right now the only mode we have open to us is normal. Eventually, as we get to higher levels, we will unlock different game modes, like you unlock Endurance Mode at level 16 on any map that you've beaten in normal mode. Each one also has preferred modes, like this one here, any of them with the blue circle. If you win in that mode, it gives you 3 times the normal amount of experience when you win. So those maps are really good to go back through and play later for higher experience. So let's go ahead and get started on this. And I'm going to do something really quick just so that I can spend this entire map explaining how the game works. So, don't mind me. I'll explain what I'm doing in a minute. Alright. Now, I know that was a lot all at one time, but I'm going to go back through and explain what I did now. Starting from the bottom, this button here allows you to create a gem. Now, remember how I told you that you start out with only whenever you... Every map is limited on the types of gems you can use. Those are the only colors of gems that you can get using the Create Gem spell. So if I were to use the Create Gem spell, I would get a red, a yellow, or an orange gem on this map every time. But you notice I had a green one, and now I have more green ones. Well, that is done with an advanced tactic called gem bombing. If you have gems and you use this gem bomb spell and pick up the gem and drop it on a row of gems of its level or below, it will change every gem in that row to the same color. So what I did really fast was I bought another grade 1 gem, lined up my other 2 starting gems with it, and then dropped the green one on top of them in gem bomb mode, which gave me a bunch more green ones. I then used this spell to combine those 2 grade 1 green gems into a grade 2 green gem. And I used the Create Trap spell to put a trap here, and then I put the green gem in it. Now, this is going to give us a trap that's going to do 17 poison damage to monsters over 5 seconds. If you take a look here, that's eventually not going to be enough to kill them, but it will get us the whole way through wave 5. Up here you have mana. This is used to cast your spells. It's also used as kind of a shield. This isn't like a normal tower defense game where if monsters reach your tower, it ends the game. If a monster reaches your tower, it takes mana to banish them, which basically sends them back to the beginning and they have to run through the entire gauntlet again. The more mana you have, the better protection you have against monsters. So these two buttons here, these create towers and traps. I already have 3 towers, so I don't need to create any more of those, and I've already placed my trap, so I'm good there. This button here is gem bomb mode. If you have a gem, actually I'm just going to create several. If you have a gem here, you can do several different things if you use this as a bomb. If you pick it up and hit B, you enter gem bombing mode. You can drop this on monsters and it does damage to them. Some buildings on the map, you can drop it and it will do damage and it tells you how many hit points it has. Or the smaller structures like this, you can drop bombs on those and it destroys those. These are usually pretty good to destroy because sometimes there's hidden secrets under them. Not in this case. This is mana pool, which you pay a certain amount of your current mana to permanently increase your mana by 1,000. Your maximum mana. So I have 2,000 right now, I hit this, now I have 3,000. And as far as combining gems, you can combine gems into pure colors, like I did with the green, or you can combine into multiple colors, like I'm about to do here. This is a yellow and a green. Combined gives you a green-yellow, which now has the effects of both, with a higher damage, a higher range, a higher firing speed, but less potent special attributes. So any monsters that get past the poison trap will now get shot by this. And you can see it's taken a shot, but you can see it's also firing a lot slower than this trap does. Let's go ahead and create another grade 2. We have a red one. If we combine the grade 2s, now we have a grade 3. Now, triple color gems like this aren't very good. You generally want to have gems of 1 color, 2 colors, or all 8 colors, because those gems have special abilities. This one here, it lost the damage bonus and the range bonus and the speed bonus that the 2 hue gem did, and all it gained was a little bit of extra. It gained a splash radius, but all 3 of the special abilities have 60% of their normal power because the gem is diluted so badly now. Now, that's pretty much going to do it for this map, so I'm just going to speed through this. You can either click this or hit Q to increase the speed. The monsters are going to come here, they're going to run through my poison trap, they're going to get poisoned, then they're going to get shot to death by this gem here. And that's going to be the end of level 1. We got 137,000 experience, which gave us 137 base experience, and then we also got 2 special awards. We won the battle without building a tower, and we won the battle after destroying every field on the battle. So we got 150 extra experience from that, and we reached a higher level. If we come back out here to the map, it's going to open up a couple of new paths for us, which are new levels that we can play. And we gain 2 levels. So we're going to be able to come here, we're going to be able to spend some points on magic skills. Early in the game, you only have access to a few skills. As you level up, you will gain access to more skills. Like the highest skill, I believe, requires level 40. This here is your gem masteries. You don't get those until a little bit later. For right now, I have access to Enhanced Pool, which increases my maximum mana by 20%. I have Focus, which increases my initial mana by 48%, or Flexible Pool, which decreases the cost of the Mana Pool spell, which is what increases the maximum by 4%. So, right now the best skill to have is Focus. More mana is good. So, 1 point costs 5 skill points, the next level costs 4, so I'll buy that too. The next level would cost 3, but we only have 1, so we can't raise it anymore right now. But we'll be able to come back later when we get more levels. So, let's go ahead and go into this wave. Now this wave has a couple of different color gems. We still have the orange one, and that's familiar. This one also has blue, lime, and purple. And this is lime, not green. Blue slows enemies that are hit. Lime has a chance of a chain hit, which it shoots one enemy and then it bounces to the next. It can chain multiple times. Orange steals mana. Purple reduces armor. Now, the armor effect does stack. So if you have an enemy that has 10 armor and you shoot it 10 times with a purple gem, it has no armor. This level we had yellow, which is triple damage. It has a chance of doing 3 times normal damage. Red, which is splash. Once it hits an enemy, it has a chance of, or it does a little bit of damage to enemies in the blast radius. And the steal mana. This one over here adds the cyan gem, which gives a chance to shock enemies and make them paralyzed for a second or two. And then this one here has the familiar poison gem. For right now, let's go ahead and go into level number 3 in regular mode. And you can see here this one has a spell shrine. It's going to be right about there. Every spell shrine has a different power associated with it. The one that we have here is Charged Bolt Shrine. If you drop a gem bomb on it, it's going to send out lightning bolts that are going to strike every enemy on the screen and do some damage. Now, they have a certain number of charges. This one only has 2 charges, so we can only use that ability twice. So we got to be kind of careful with it. For right now, though, we're going to click this, and it's just telling us that we can speed it up. You can also, this number over here, this represents every enemy wave in the game. Now, you can speed this up and then just let the enemy waves come as they want, but you can also click this to call waves early. Like if you're sitting there waiting and you got nothing else to do, you can click this and it will bring the next wave immediately as opposed to having to wait for it. There are rewards that you get for calling waves early. If you can call at least 30% of the waves early, if you can call, I think, 70% of the waves early, and then if you call every wave early, you get increasing rewards at the end of the map for it. For right now, though, we're not going to mess around with that too much. We also have 2 towers that were given to us. This is the monster cave where the monsters are going to come from, and here's our tower. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a grade 3 gem because we now have enough mana for that since we took the extra power one. Now this gave us a pure blue gem. That's not a very good gem to have in a tower. It's a very good gem to have in a trap. So if you get a really bad starting gem, you can always go restart battle in the options menu. That gave us an orange gem. Again, that one's better in traps than it is towers, and we need a really strong tower gem to get started here. So we're going to restart again. And this gave us our lime gem. Lime gems are very strong in towers, as you'll see in a little bit. Now, I probably could have beaten this map using any of the gems that I got, but I wanted the lime gem to show the ability of it, and I also wanted it because I'm going to combine some gems with it. Now I'm going to spend the rest of my mana creating grade 1 gems. If you click this, hold down shift and then click the grade of gems, it just continually creates gems. It doesn't cancel out of the spell after every time. If you shift click this and then shift click one of the gems here, it spends every single piece of your mana to fill this. It'll either fill it up with gems or it'll drain all your mana trying to do it, whichever comes first. You can see when I click this, there are different signs here. There's the little rounded one here, square one, the diamond one, pentagon, hexagon, and then the circle up here. These are increasing grades of gems. You can create gems higher than grade 1 by clicking one of these. For right now though, we're not going to, we're just going to call the wave. Now, I have these blue gems here, which I said were very good in traps. The purple ones they excel in traps, but they're still good in towers. However, watch this. See how it took out 2 there? That's a chain hit. Now, we are going to take an orange gem and we're going to drop it on all of these blues as a gem bomb. That's going to give us a whole row of orange. We're also going to combine an orange into the lime. We now have a lime orange with more range, more firing speed, more damage, slightly less chance of a chain hit, but we gain mana on every hit. Now we don't gain a lot of mana. Let's speed this up a little bit and get past this wave. What happens if we combine another gem into it? The mana per hit went up. This is the basics of super gemming. The idea is if you take a gem and combine other gems into it that are at least 2 grades below, the special powers go up, the damage goes up, the range goes up, and the firing speed goes up. Now, the firing speed is going to go up very slowly to start out because it's only a grade 3 gem. But the damage is going to go up significantly. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. And you can see one of the monsters got through. He's going to get down here and he's going to siphon away some of our mana. We're going to send him back to the beginning of the level and he's going to make the trip again. We don't really want that to happen. So we are going to create another one of those. We're going to combine those into a grade 2 and we're going to put that there. That's going to give us another gem to take shots at enemies. Any enemy that gets past this initial one is going to take shots from this. Now, you can take a look over here and there's different symbols on these monster waves. Like this one here just has that little triangle on the bottom. The triangle on the bottom means it's going to come from the primary entrance, this one here. Sometimes there's other symbols for the entrances, but this one here has a arrow on the top. This is going to summon runner monsters. They run faster than normal. This one here, with the 3 dots, summons swarms. Very few hit points, but a lot of them. And then this one here is going to summon armored monsters. You can tell from the shield. They have a very high armor level, so they can take more damage, but they move a lot slower. There's also giant monsters, which we don't run into quite yet. We almost have enough to create another grade 3 gem, which is what we're going to want to do next. But actually, we need to make sure we get either a lime or an orange gem. The best way to do that is to combine gems up. We're going to want to go primarily with lime gems for what we're going to do here. So, we're going to bomb that. We're going to bomb this and bomb that. Now we did have to banish a monster back again. We're going to combine these two into a grade 2. Speed this up. We're going to combine these two into a grade 2. Speed it up again. And we're probably going to have a couple monsters get through. Yeah. Yeah, 2 of them got through this time. Which siphoned a little bit of our mana. Not a huge deal. We're going to combine these two into a grade 3, and we're going to put the grade 3 there. So now we have a faster, more powerful gem to take care of any that get through. We're going to combine 2 of these into a grade 2. Speed things up just a little bit. We're going to combine these 2 into a grade 3. Now this is a dual orange lime, kind of like the one we have up here. And now we're going to combine these into a grade 4. You can see that the chance for a chain hit went up, but the damage and the firing speed went up drastically. It's going to take some shots here. There's still a couple more monsters from the previous wave that have to come up. And then these are the swarm monsters. There's a lot of them. They don't have very many hit points, but they run very, very fast. And your towers have a hard time keeping up. Luckily, they also cost next to no mana to banish. So swarm waves coming through here don't really hurt us too bad. Let's go ahead and start super gemming this after these monsters get through. We're going to combine these great ones onto here very fast. Now, it's not going to take shots at him because it got out of range fast, but the firing speed is up, the damage is up, the range is up, and the chance of a chain hit went up because we were combining greens into it. Hold down Shift, click Create Gem, keep holding down Shift and click the grade 1, and it just produces a whole bunch of gems for us. Bomb that. Bomb that. And now we're going to add a orange gem onto here, and we're going to see what happens. 1.4 mana per hit. And a couple monsters got through, but no big deal because now this is going to take them out. What I just showed you there is the basis of a lot of the gain massive amounts of experience tricks in this game. There is one trick that I haven't showed you yet, which I will probably show you on the next map that I do. I'm not going to go crazy with it yet because I can't afford to. I got to have some skills before I can do it. But anyway, 308,850 experience, so 308 base experience. Won a battle without throwing a gem bomb for 50 extra experience. Didn't build a tower for 150, and I didn't build a trap for 100. So 608 total experience from that map. I've cleared that, so the next one up the road opens up. Gain 1 level, so I have 6 points to spend on skills. Let's go ahead and we open up 2 new skills. We can create towers cheaper and we can create traps cheaper. We're not going to get those quite yet. We're going to go into focus a little heavier for 138% higher initial mana. Now this level here has 7 different types of gems available. The only type it's missing is cyan. So this would be a really good level to show off what the different gems do. It is, however, a bit more of a difficult level because if you're trying to get a certain gem, you may have to create a whole bunch of rank 1s in order to level them up. Let's skip that for now and let's come over here and let's do level 2 in normal mode. Now, this one here has a couple of extra things. These are beacons. These are trap defiers and tower defiers. You cannot build a trap within the range of a trap defier beacon, and you cannot build a tower within the range of a tower defier beacon. However, right here, we're out of range of that tower defier, so let's put our tower there. Let's create a grade 3 gem. We got a red gem, which is good for towers. We are going to combine the blue gem into it in order to get a dual grade gem, or a dual gem. We're going to increase the damage, firing speed, and radius from that. We reduced the splash radius a little bit, but we added a slow effect. We're also going to create a whole bunch more of these gems in order to start getting ready for making some more gems. What we're going to do here, first of all, I'm going to bomb these buildings. Get those off the field. You get a higher bonus for destroying the buildings than you do for not throwing a gem bomb. So it's usually beneficial to destroy the buildings. We're going to call this wave early. To start out, we're just going to use all of the mana that we get from killing monsters to create grade 1 gems. Now we got a red gem here, which is kind of what we were after. I'm going to bomb that and turn those into reds. And wave 2 is coming now. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to upgrade him to a grade 4, and then we're going to start super gemming him. So we'll call the next wave, combine these two into a grade 2. Let's go ahead and speed time up. Nothing's going to get past this tower initially. We'll combine these two into a grade 2. Combine these into a grade 3. We'll just call that wave early. Now this next wave, I'm going to do something. If you take a gem bomb and and you drop it on a wave, it angers the wave. It increases the number of monsters that are coming, it increases their hit points, it increases their armor, but it also increases the score you gain for killing them and the mana that you get for killing them. Angering waves in moderation is key to increasing your score. So now, since I angered that wave, there's going to be more monsters coming, and they're going to be a little tougher, but there's still nothing we can't handle. Now, we've got 1 monster left, we have 0 monsters left. Really quick, in between waves, we're going to combine those gems. We're going to have a grade 4 gem now. We're going to spend all of our mana creating grade 1s. We're going to turn all of these into red gems. And now, as we get the mana to do it, we are going to combine these grade 1s into this grade 4. I'm actually going to summon the next wave now. We should be able to take him out. Oh, nope, one got past. So, we'll let him go past. Now, actually I'm going to have to wait for this wave. What I'm going to do, take note, 21, 48, 97, 44. Splash radius is about 16, slows by 9% for 1.1 seconds. I'm going to do it at the end of this wave, just to show you how this works. Really fast, I'm going to combine this with all of these grade 1s. And if you're watching carefully, you're going to see that this gem is getting more powerful as I do that. It now does 31 to 67 with a range of 103 and a firing speed of 48 with a splash radius of 25. Once the gem comes out of its startup time, it's going to start firing. It's firing a little faster and it can fire a little earlier because it has higher range. So, total score 271 with an extra bonus of 150. We are at level 4. We're going to come back into here and... Actually, I guess we're level 5, huh? We're going to spend a few more points on focus. We now start with 171% higher mana. However, you can see I can't increase that ability anymore because I'm not high enough level. I'm only level 5. You have to be level 6 to increase focus any higher than that. So I think I'm going to do one more level here. Now, beating that level didn't open anything else up, because the only thing it could open up is that one, and it's already open. I'm going to show you one more tactic on here that's going to come into play later on. I'm going to go back to level 1 to show it. Now, on this level, I am going to create a few grade 1 gem bombs until I get an orange gem. I'm going to bomb that, and I'm going to start combining. I'm going to combine a red with an orange. I'm going to combine an orange with an orange. I'm going to combine those together to get an orange-red. I'm going to put a trap. I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put that orange-red gem in there. Now you can see it's not doing a lot of damage, but it fires relatively fast and it gives me mana on every hit. I'm then going to put a trap there. I'm going to put that green gem that we have in there. I'm now going to create a couple of grade 1s and I'm going to gem bomb this first wave twice. It's going to make the monsters a bit stronger. They're going to come out in larger numbers, and this trap here is going to hurt them, but it's also going to give me some mana every time it does it. This is called a mana trap. Now this is a cruddy mana trap. In order to be able to get a good mana trap, I'm going to have to get some more red gems into this thing. Let's go ahead and let this wave come. It's going to damage it, and they're still pretty weak, so I'm going to be able to kill them with just those 2 traps. Look what happened to my mana. It shot way up. We're going to create 10 more of these gems, and now these I'm going to convert into red gems. Because in order to get this further, I'm going to have to add some red gems into this in order to activate the red special. Now that's not going to do it by itself. I'm going to have to put several red gems on here to shift the hue of this gem far enough to activate that special. So for right now, I'm just going to let these waves come. I might not actually have enough monsters to do it on this level, at least not without getting into endurance mode. As you can see, my mana is going up quite a bit. I'm actually going to have to put a couple of gems in these towers to take those out. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to combine enough gems into this to activate that special. No big deal. I can always show it a little bit later on. And actually, I bet if I were to... Come on. I bet if I were to combine that in... There we go, that activated the special. Max monsters hit with each shot, 2. So now every time that gem fires, it would hit 2 different monsters. So I'd be gaining 2 mana per hit from that gem, instead of just 1. This is the basis of a mana trap. Now, it didn't do too well for me on this map, but later on it will. I called 60% of the waves early, so I got bonus experience. My total score went up, so I get the difference in experience from the first time to this time. So if I gained any more experience on this map than I did before, it's been added to my total experience. If I come back through and play this map again and get less, yeah, nothing bad's going to happen. Let's see. Let's go into... Let's go into this one. Since I still have a couple of minutes left before I want to end this. Now this one here, this has multiple approaches, and you can see this one here with the 3 arrows on the bottom instead of the 1. That means that the monsters are going to come from different locations. They're not all going to come from the primary entrance. This is where you have to start watching out and making sure that all paths to your base are covered. So here, you can see my base is there, and there are monster paths all over the place. But right here, they all kind of come together. We're going to create a grade 3 gem. We got a yellow. We're going to put it in that tower right there. Going to create another grade 3. We got a green. That was lucky. We're going to put that in the trap. And that's going to do a ton of damage to monsters that walk over it. There we got a red. That's also lucky. We're going to save him, and we're going to use him in a little bit. We're going to go ahead and call wave 1 early because we're ready for it. Anything that gets within range of this is going to get shot. Anything that gets past that is going to get poisoned. See the monsters that ran over that got poisoned? So let's go ahead and create a bunch of rank 1s, and we're going to bomb those. Now, we don't have access to orange gems on this, so we can't make a mana trap, but what we can do is we can start combining these red gems into other gems, like this green one, so that it will hit multiple monsters. We, however, are going to combine it into the yellow one. And we're not going to do it right quite yet. We're going to wait until we have enough mana to make this a grade 4. Which won't take long at this rate. Okay, we have our 2... Oh, one got past. But we gem bombed him, so it's okay. Now, this next wave that's coming, are slower. So we have a few seconds. We're going to combine this and get a grade 4. The range went up, the firing speed went up, the damage went up, the abilities went down, but that's okay. Just the simple fact that this gem is doing so much more damage now is a good thing. The swarm monsters that run over that poison trap, they ain't gonna survive. So that's like a free mana wave for us. Alright. Make some more reds. Now this is a grade 4 gem. So in order to increase this gem in the super gemming method, we need to combine it with grade 2 or lower. One of the monsters did get through. Ah, a couple are getting through. We may lose this level. Nope. We're okay. We do need to increase this gem fast, though. So, you? We don't have enough for any more on him. So we're just going to have to kind of rely on our traps to take care of business for us. Combine you in. Now we've already dropped a gem bomb this map, so we may as well destroy all the buildings. It'll get us the bonuses. We'll combine that real quick and let it recharge. Now it's firing a little faster, has a little longer range. This entire game is pretty much balanced around mana conservation versus which gems to upgrade versus whether to create new gems, which colors to use, where to use them, where to set up your traps. It's actually a really, really deep game. Which I think is one of the reasons why I like it so much. Now, I haven't done anything really heavy with the gem bombing thing yet. I will once I start to get some extra skills, once I have more mana available and I'm capable of producing mana faster. For right now, what I'm doing is the safest, easiest way to get experience. I'm going to bomb this one once. Yeah, because I wasn't able to grab it and get one over there fast enough. Let's go ahead and pop that in there. It did let one get by, but it's not going to kill us. Actually, it let two get by, but it's still not going to kill us. And that one's not going to kill us either. There we go. Level is complete. 335 base experience and a whole bunch of rewards. We won 5 battles in normal mode, so we got 800 bonus experience, which is not counted on here. That's just a separate award. We didn't build a tower, we didn't build a trap, and we destroyed every field. So, 785 experience earned. We have gained some more levels. I think we gained 2 there. Yep. Yep, now you can go back through. You can replay any battles for a higher score. We don't really want to yet. We also don't have access to any other skills, so we are just going to focus on... Let's go ahead and put some more points in focus, and now let's go ahead and put some points in a point in trap layer. Traps are now a little cheaper for us to build. But my video is about to hit the 40-minute mark. That feels like a pretty good amount of time to have played Gemcraft Chapter 0 for one sitting. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. This has been Night Dagger with Let's Play Gemcraft Chapter 0. Hopefully this series goes over well and I get enough positive feedback on it from you guys that we come back and play some more. Just so you guys know, once we start getting up to that level 16 and we hit experience mode, or yeah, we hit endurance mode, that's when the game starts to get really crazy. There's some really advanced tactics that you can use to get dozens or even hundreds of levels out of a single map. It's some pretty crazy stuff. It's a lot of fun to watch, and I hope to be able to get to that point to show you guys that pretty soon. But for right now, this is Night Dagger. Hope you guys are enjoying the series, and I'll catch you again next time.